sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray. Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And yes, that is me still here. I cannot shake this. The epizootie has taken over my body, and I keep trying, and it's just part of it, but I'm doing a lot better. Some meds and things along that line, but my voice will not make it all. But who better to have in studio with me when my voice goes than the man with the real FM voice, and that's my man Frank Barton. And good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, everyone.
See there, I told you that, and he'll probably do some famous introductions here, but we're going to have a wonderful show this morning. I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to touch a lot of bases. I like to have a kind of a whirlwind show when Frank's here because you folks out there, we primarily talk a lot about hunting and fishing, but at the same time, there are so many other things going on, not only in the Mid-South, but the nation. So let me just kind of hop through this. Next weekend, of course, is the 57th Annual Mid-South Sports RV Boat Show out at the Agri Center. And so in studio with us this morning, and we'll talk to this gentleman in just a minute, is Dr. John Bannister. He is the Director of Education, I assume, still in that position for the Mid-South Fly Fishers. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Larry. How are you doing?
Doing great. And we'll talk a little bit about John and about how his background, because I don't think he's from around here. But we'll talk to him about his love of fly fishing. He's going to be one of the seminar speakers next weekend. And then another one, we're switching. This is the Great Backyard Bird Count. It started yesterday, and Valentine's. I hope everybody remembered it was Valentine's. Did you, Carol Ann?
A little bit. Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. I want to make sure. That was a definite yes, okay? Yeah, there was no ball game last night, so and we'll talk about
All-Star break.
All-Star break, yes, it was. The Rising Stars and all that. And we might talk. I always like to talk Grizzlies because, of course, Shelby McCall's a show producer, and she's part of the team for the Grizzly Network. And of course, Frank is a season ticket holder, and I love to talk Grizzlies. But I'm going to talk to Wilson Frazier, the professor himself, about next week's boat show, as I call it, and he is one of the seminar speakers. And then we'll also talk to Ron Wong. We've got to swing in Ron because in 2 weeks we will have our pre-Bassmaster Classic show, nothing but Bassmaster Classic, what's coming up in early March down in Alabama, Lake Guntersville, I think. Ron will set me straight on that. And don't forget to go to lroutdoors.com and pick your winter contest. It's all you have to do is pick who you think's going to win, how much weight that person is going to catch in bass, and submit it. And if you're closest, you're going to win a Lew's Strike King gift package. And so that'll be in the fifth segment, and we'll close it out with one of my favorite people. Yes, the National Bird Dog Championship is going on at Ames Plantation, the 121st annual. That's amazing. You know it? It's just hard to imagine 121 years, 105 at Ames. And have you been there? Have you been to the?
No.
You got to go.
Not to Ames. I've been to others.
Well,
I've been to some others.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've been to field.
Well, I know that, yeah, but I've been to other, like, point and shoot, retrieve to shoot type.
Yeah, but not the
AKC
not
does, but
this.
not the Nationals. No.
Well, we need to go sometime. Just load up and go out there and watch it. But it's going on. Missed a day this past week, but we're going to talk to Gary Lester, who's won 4 times. Quite a man. That's Gary. But so much going on. And not Frank, I know that haven't talked to you since the 3rd Saturday of last month. The season has ended. We had the youth hunts and all these different kind of things. And so the first thing right off the bat is, well, what would you classify the hunt now that it is past the duck season for Frank Barton?
It was. I tend to compare from one season to the next.
Well, yeah.
So,
So?
comparing it to the 2018-19 season, this one was an improvement from my standpoint in that we consistently saw ducks every day from opening day till the last day, and lots of ducks. Now they were still just as hard to hunt.
They were, weren't they? Yes.
Towards the end of the season, like they all are.
Yeah.
But at least we had lots of ducks to be hard to hunt with, as opposed to no ducks having.
And
which
no
is what
lack
we
of water.
Had water from the very beginning until the end. So
And the cold weather's coming this week.
And
haven't had
it was a relatively mild
it was,
January.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
But in spite of the mild January, we still had lots of ducks. Now, we didn't get a lot of new ducks.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Which is what happened when the ducks got harder to hunt because they've been in the same area and they understand they learn where all the hot spots are. But that's just
So is that
that's just the nature of the game.
So is that what you've heard mostly from East Arkansas where you do hunt? Have you sporadic?
That story was fairly consistent. Now, people, I had some good friends that hunt over on the other side of the ridge, on the side of Crowley's Ridge.
Yeah.
And they seem to have, I would say, newer ducks than what we did. And I'm taking that by
so they
had hunts that were, they said, it looked to us like they were new ducks because of the way they would come into the decoys and
I was going to ask you that
and whatnot. But as we talk, we got to remember
what
towards the end of January, these ducks that we've been hunting have been hunted since mid-September.
That's right. Yeah,
they started up in Canada.
Yeah, so they've been shot at a lot.
That's right. They've been hunted.
They're missing some tail feathers
mid-September.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't think a lot of people don't realize that. We think we're shooting just
60 days.
Yeah.
No, it's more like 120, 180 days.
So if you've been shot at a few times, you would be.
I'd be ducking too.
You'd be circling around and things along that way. But
it was a good season from my standpoint.
That's the main reason.
and I, we've already started draining water and making our improvements, starting on our improvements.
Already
draining the water as best we can. This past week made it.
We've had so much rain and some more coming in next week. They say, but so of 60 days, was there any time off in there? I mean, did you hunt your normal?
I missed a few days.
Okay, missed a few days.
I missed a few days.
Okay, but overall, the camaraderie and everything that goes along with it. Of course, I've always said duck hunters are the most optimistic people.
There's nobody more optimistic than
no other
group that I've been around is more optimistic than duck hunters. That's the reason why you see so many gray-haired ones still going out there year in and year out.
Or some don't have hair.
And some of us don't have hair either.
I mean, I'm talking about from pulling out hair.
I understand.
I didn't mean that. That just came out before.
I understand exactly.
I have on my slingshot cap.
Yeah.
So, Frank should have kept his cap on. But no. But, I've heard, of course, West Tennessee, I've heard different reports there. The ducks are not where they used to be, too much water in the Fork of Deer. You go up near Halls and places like that. Then you go to Mississippi, too much rain, not enough cold weather. You go to southeast Missouri. You hear those people, and then we talked earlier. I think maybe the last time you were here that some people up north even didn't get to shoot any ducks for the last 2 weeks of their season because it was frozen over. So
Right. It pushed on down.
Pushed on down. So, of course, we're concerned about here, but I know Frank, the dogs do good. The new puppy doing good. Hope is doing okay.
Hope is going to
Still got hope. You still got hope.
Is going to be a handful.
That's what
which is what I like. I like a dog with energy and spirit.
Yeah.
And we just have to channel it in the right direction.
So what do you do with a pup like that now? How old's Hope now?
Hope is 3 months.
3 months old. All right. What's
3 months?
What's the procedure for Hope now?
Well, right now we're getting Hope used to. We're just trying to do some basic obedience and get her used to being on a lead.
Does she get along with her
and walking
with her
at
roommate?
Lead. With Delta.
Yeah.
Delta Delta's almost 11.
Yes.
And she
that doesn't
just
seem
tolerates
Hope.
what it amounts to is her grand niece.
Is her
great
niece.
great niece is what it is, and she just tolerates her.
So do you plan to? You going to hunt Hope? I mean, are you still?
Yeah, I whether or not we get to hunt next season at something at less than a year, I'm not. I don't plan on it. If it's there, fine.
Yeah.
But
Delta's been good.
So Delta's still in good health, but I got to 11 years old. You just don't have many retrieves left in you.
So how old was Gus?
Unfortunately, when Gus died, he was 9.
Yeah, I thought
he was in his prime.
Yeah, he was in his prime, and that's who I was fortunate to break in with Frank, with Gus, and I had an attachment there, and I knew that with Frank. But so we're going to talk a lot with Frank after our first break. We're going to come back and talk a little Mid-South fly fishers because I think one of my most read parts of LROutdoors.com is our fishing report from our good friend John Berry. I don't know anybody that does a better fishing report from the trout angle than John Berry. Of course, his brother flunked me 3 times in casting school, so the late Dan Berry. So I can always talk to John. But we're going to take a break now. Shelby McCall is taking care of us. Thank goodness that Mr. Barton is in studio. Come right back and talk to John Bannister of the Mid-South Fly Fishers on Outdoors with Larry Ray.